What I've learned is when there's a breach, I think that'll be the title of a message too. This will be the title of this particular video. When we put it up, we'll call it breach. When there's a breach in trust, when trust has been broken, what I've learned, this goes for men and women. If there's been a breach in the trust and you're desiring to remain in relationship with someone, you have to understand it takes such a long time to build trust, in one moment to destroy it all, to lose all trust. It just takes one moment. That's the crazy thing. And I've learned this, watch this. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to earn the trust back. Hear me. I don't mean, someone constantly testing you and it almost feels like a never-ending journey of earning the trust. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to be open to whatever comes with earning that trust, in the sense of, this is what I've learned. Someone can decide to forgive you. Someone can decide to say, you know what? I'm going to give you another chance. Someone can decide to come back together, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be triggered no more. See? That doesn't mean that they're not going to be affected when they see signs, or they may have a night where they can't stop thinking about the breach. They can't stop thinking about the betrayal. And you may have to deal with emotions. You may have to deal with anger. You may have to deal with frustration. You may have to deal with scenarios where you may say, bruh, that happened last year. Come on, that happened mad long ago. I thought we was done with that. Now, what I've learned is you got to be open to all of that. You got to understand when there was a breach, and even if someone takes you back, or even if someone decides to still be friends, still be in that romantic relationship, still be in that marriage. See, here we go. You have to be, if you value that relationship and you're saying, you acknowledge the mistake you made, you acknowledge the bad decision you made, you have confessed or admitted to the wrong in the relationship. When there was a breach, you have to understand, just because you guys are back in relationship, or is seeming to go along with what you guys had previously before the breach, does not mean that person won't be triggered. That person won't be reminded. That person may not be even tormented because of the betrayal. You have to be open to being patient, to being understanding, and saying, you know what? I know you're triggered, and I'm sorry again for the breach. And I understand how the breach has deeply affected our relationship. Watch this. This goes for everybody. If you want some help in restoring the breach, restoring the trust again, watch this. You can ask this beautiful question and code it with this beautiful statement. If there's anything that I can do that can restore some level of security or stability to our relationship after I broke your trust, please let me know. And I am willing, here's the statement, and I'm willing to do whatever is needed. That's how much I value this relationship. If you made a bad decision, you made a mistake, and there's been betrayal or a breach, ask that person, is there anything I can do that can start the journey of restoration, and let them know I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Watch this now. I want to end with this. Everybody thinks that cheating or infidelity is the one thing in a relationship that causes trust issues, that causes a breach within the relationship, and that's not the case. I'm going to talk about the last thing that I found that causes a breach in relationships, but yet no one stepped out. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. I tell people this all the time, especially if you're close to me. You know, when you're angry, I say, listen, I notice you're angry right now. please just watch what you say. Because I know when people are angry, they say things they don't mean. But once it's said, there's no going back. Once you release something out of anger, even if you don't mean it, there's a breach. And there could be a lack of safety, security, stability, and it can have a psychological effect on that person. Your words cause great pain when you said it in anger. Don't forget that the words that are released when you're angry, and I know it's hard because emotions are high. Here's the homework. When you sense you're getting angry, try to pause. Remind yourself that you value the relationship you're in too much to allow what you say while you're angry to cause a breach within a relationship. But then also try to create a safe word with your partner, your friends, your family members that creates the code for, I know you're angry right now. So before this goes left and everybody starts saying crazy stuff, we're not even going to get into checking what comes out. Let's just stop it all together. Because again, we've all been there. We've said things we don't mean because we was upset, and we try to take it back, but it will haunt the other person. I've learned this. And again, if it did happen though, remember, is there anything that I can do to start the journey of restoration? And I want to affirm you and let you know I'm willing to do whatever it takes. That's because I love you. This is serious stuff. When there's a breach in relationships, I'm telling you, there's certain things in life, it take you years to build, and in one moment, you lose everything. It's very scary. And then, of course, pray. Cover the relationship. Practical, if affordable. Get counseling together and get homework assignments that'll help you guys rekindle, reignite, and restart the journey to restoration and reconciliation. Serious.